You know, what exactly happened with Rob's knee, and do you have any update on his status?
Don't know exactly what happened. He said it wasn't even a specific play that he remembers, but came out of the game, had some pain. Obviously went back to get checked out, was in quite a bit of pain. He'll get scanned in the morning, and we'll know more then.
Is there some concern for that being a potentially long-term thing, or is it too early to know?
Yeah, it's too early. He got looked at by the doctors, but until the scan comes back in the morning, we'll know more. But like I said, quite a bit of pain and lateral side, and nothing more than that.
And just to clarify from before the game, since you guys are playing in Toronto tomorrow, if you have a playoff series with Toronto, is everyone on the roster able to play there?
Yeah, I mean, our thing is, like I mentioned, Al's in a personal situation. We got some guys that are banged up, including Rob tonight, so he won't be going. We're getting some other guys looked at now. And so our thing is injury prevention going forward in the last 8 games. And Jalen Jason had the flare-ups before. It looked good tonight, but, second night of a back-to-back. We'll see how they feel after the game. Get checked out shortly.
But if it was a playoff game, you have your whole roster available to play in Toronto?
Yeah, I mean, we are obviously Canada changed their rules, but we're looking at our guys available to play. All our guys are if healthy, they're available to play.
How do you manage the last 8 games? I mean, you guys are now tied with Miami for first. So it's a precarious situation. You said before the game you might want to avoid someone in the first or maneuver who you might want to play in the first round or where you land. How do you manage over the next 2 weeks when you got some difficult games coming up that could mean seeding?
Yeah, what I said before the game was other teams do that. I said I'm not really worried about that, but teams manipulate where they want to play, and we're not concerned about that. Ours is winning, health, and playing the right best basketball at the right time. So, like I said, it's too much closeness to try to maneuver, manipulate things, and pick an opponent. You can go from 1 to 4, and the 5, 6, 7 can flip in the night. So we're not concerned with that. As far as resting, that's the main thing. We got some guys who got some nicks now, and got to be smart about it. Home court advantage is the main thing, and wherever the chips fall, they kind of fall. But playing the best basketball at the right time, keeping guys healthy, and picking the game if we can get guys one. That's what we're looking at now.
How do you kind of bottle up what you're doing now and save it and keep it and make sure you're playing that way 2.5 weeks from now?
I think the main thing that we've seen is consistency over the last, few months, and a lot of areas that we really targeted. Offensively sharing the ball, defensively coming out with that mindset, and then, playing with the sense of urgency, getting off the better starts. And so the consistency is what we've done. And there's no reason to go back on that. We see the success it's brought us, and the unselfishness is contagious. Everybody cheering for each other, playing a certain way. And so no reason to think that that'll fall back at all. We see what works and what didn't work early on in the year, fine-tuned a few things. And so guys understand that. And it's a pretty simple message, play the same way we have to get us to where we are.
Is there a chance Al makes a trip to Toronto?
Right now, he's still dealing with some stuff. And like I said, he'll get the proper time needed to take care of his stuff. And it's not looking likely right now.
You sent Jason back into the game pretty late. You also stayed with Jalen out there. Just what was your thinking? You guys were up by probably about 18 at that point.
Yeah, we had some stagnant possessions. They went zone. Quite a bit of time still. I think it was the 10-minute mark, 9-minute, 10-minute mark, just to get that lead back up, then got them out around the 4-minute mark. So kind of steady us against the zone. We had about 4 or 5 possessions where I didn't love how we looked against it. He's obviously one of our best in the middle or initiating. So I wanted to get him back in there, keep it around the 20 mark, and then got him out, I think, around 4:40.
Hey, Coach, there's been a lot of talk about the defense this year, and deservedly so. It's the top of the league, but the offense in the month of March is the top offense in the league, and he did it tonight against the top defense in the league during the month of March. What has led to this change? I know you talked early in the season about making shots, but there's got to be more than that.
Unselfishness. Guys learn to play with each other. Us coaches learning how to utilize our guys in certain situations. So all that's, kind of played into it. And I said our defense is really good, and that turns into offense a lot. We target a few areas of weakness that Minnesota had, although they're playing really good defense. They give up a lot of offensive rebounds, give up some in transition. we wanted to focus on those areas. And I think overall we had 18 fast break points, 19 second chance points. So we attacked those as well as some specific matchups. So targeting what we wanted to get across there. And I think we did a good job of that.
Cat was kind of having his way in the first quarter, and then he barely scored after that. What did you guys figure out with how you wanted to kind of time your double teams on him and force the ball out of his hands?
Yeah, even without the double teams, we mixed it a little bit, keep him off balance there. But you know, he's a heavy right hand driver. He got to his right hand 2 or 3 times. Tried to send him left a little bit better, which we did, and just taking up his airspace on the perimeter. We had Grant, Jason, some smaller guys on him, and he just kind of teed up some shots or just drove by. And so 12 in that first quarter, 1 in the second, and then, you know, 4 the rest of the way. So I think our physicality was increased. We got some fouls drawn, but for the most part, only shooting 4 free throws for him is a big deal. And I think they had 12 on the night, if I'm not mistaken. And so, yeah, 12 on the night. And so that's a big part of them. When he shoots 10 free throws, their winning percentages is crazy how high it goes up. So I think we just increased our physicality, took away his airspace, and that gave him the easy opportunities they had in the first quarter.
Were you looking to get him to kind of go deep to the left side, so he either has to try to shoot on the left side or spin back, and then you can just send help to stop him when he spins back?
It's more so keeping him away from his right hand, regardless of where he was on the court. And so, like I said, he got to his right hand drive a few times, and they did a much better job in the last 3 quarters of keeping him left.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Safe travels to Toronto.
Appreciate it.